I wander through the noise of living, following roads that weren't my own, chasing distant expectations while feeling farther from home. I listen to 1,000 voices telling me who I should be, until the quiet truth within me called me back so tenderly. Beneath the rush of passing days, the steady rhythm remained. I'm returning to my heart, to the place where I belong. Returning to my heart, where I've been all along. Letting go of heavy burdens I was never meant to hold, and finding warmth within a story still waiting to be told. The answers weren't in distant places or hidden somewhere far away. They were resting in the silence at the end of every day. The dreams I left unattended still recognize my name, patiently waiting for the moment I'd find my way again. Sometimes the truest journey leads inward, not ahead. I'm returning to my heart, where acceptance gently grows. Returning to my heart and trusting what it knows. No longer searching endlessly for what was always near. I'm learning how to listen and finally heal. There is wisdom in surrender, a grace in letting go of all the borrowed expectations I no longer need to know. And every step feels lighter the closer that I come to the quiet place within me that has always been home. I'm returning to my heart with every sunrise I breathe. Returning to my heart with every lesson I keep. Trusting the path before me and the strength I've carried through. Finding peace in who I am, and know that's true. The evening settles softly, the stars illuminate the dark, and a gentle feeling lingers. I'm returning to my heart. For a while I lost the rhythm of my own heartbeat inside, giving away too many pieces, trying to keep the world satisfied. I spent my days seeking approval in places it could never stay, until I heard a quiet whisper calling me back my way. Sometimes the longest journey is the one that leads within. it's already mine. Oh, the mirror hasn't really changed, but the person looking has, seeing beauty in imperfections. Instead of dwelling on the past, the things I once criticized now seem softer somehow. I'm finding grace in who I am and choosing kindness now. A heart grows stronger when it learns to be its friend. I'm back to loving me, back to walking in my light, back to loving me, oh, and sleeping well at night. Not because everything is perfect or every answer is in view, but because I finally learned to value what is true. There's peace in self-acceptance, a freedom hard to explain, like stepping out from heavy shadows into sunlight after rain. And every day becomes a little brighter the more I choose to see that the love I've been searching for can begin with me. I'm back to loving me with a grateful heart and soul, back to loving me and feeling beautifully whole. No longer waiting for permission to become who I'm meant to be. I found my way back home again, back to loving me. The evening settles softly, the stars shine peacefully, and the sweetest feeling lingers. I'm back to loving me. The evening settles slowly, like a memory in the rain. I still hear echoes of the laughter that once filled every day. The photographs are silent, but they still speak your name. And every corner holds a story that time could not erase. Though the seasons kept on turning, some feelings chose to stay. Love me again, like you did before. Love me again, and open up the door. Let's find the way back to the love we used to know. Love me again, and don't let go. We both walked through the distance and learned a thing or two about the fragile nature of a heart that once was true. The years may leave their footprints, but they cannot change the fact that somewhere underneath the silence, a connection still remains intact. Sometimes what matters most is worth another chance. Love me again, like the first time we believed. Love me again, like nothing ever left between. With the wisdom that we've gained, love me again. Beyond the sorrow and the pain, let's build a new tomorrow from the pieces that remain. Love me again. Love me again. The night grows calm and quiet. The stars still softly shine, and hope keeps whispering gently, love me again. I've spent so many years believing I had to earn my place, measuring my reflection against another face, trying to be more, trying to be less than who I was designed to be, until the quiet truth within me set my weary spirit free. The voice I've needed all along was waiting patiently inside. I'm learning to love me a little more each day, learning to love me in an honest, gentle way. Not for being perfect, not for getting everything right, just for being human and showing up for life. The mirror tells a kind of story than it used to tell before. I see resilience in the cracks and strength beneath the scars. The things I used to criticize no longer hold the same control. I'm finding grace in imperfections and peace within my soul. Some lessons take a lifetime to finally understand. I'm learning to love me without conditions or demands, learning to love me, ooh, exactly as I am. No longer chasing approval or reaching for someone else's dream. I'm discovering the beauty of simply being me. There's freedom in self-compassion, a comfort deep and true, like finding shelter from a storm and seeing a clearer view. Oh, the heart becomes much lighter when judgment fades away and gratitude begins to guide the rhythm of each day. I'm learning to love me, ooh, with every step I take, learning to love me, ooh, with every choice I make, trusting that I'm worthy, not because of what I achieved, but because life gave me this heart, and it's enough for me. The evening settles softly, the stars shine peacefully above, and the sweetest lesson lingers. I'm learning to to love me. There were days when my heart felt heavy, carrying echoes of the past, holding on to old sorrows, certain they would always last. I built my walls from disappointment and guarded every door, afraid that opening up again would only hurt me more. But time has a gentle wisdom, and healing has its own pace. I'm healing back to love, one tender step at a time. Healing back to love, leaving old shadows behind, learning that the heart can bend without breaking apart, finding my way back to trust, and healing back to love. The scars are still a part of me, but they no longer lead the way. They've become reminders of survival, not reasons to be afraid. I'm rediscovering the beauty in kindness and in grace, allowing hope to reawaken in its own quiet space. The hardest roads can sometimes lead to the softest truths within. I'm healing back to love. With every sunrise I see, healing back to love. Hey, I'm returning to believe, not in perfect endings or dreams untouched by pain, but in the courage to open my heart again and again. Healing isn't forgetting or pretending nothing changed. It's carrying the lessons forward without carrying the chains. And somewhere beyond the heartache, a brighter horizon waits, where forgiveness meets compassion and fear gives way to faith. I'm healing back to love with a lighter heart and soul. Healing back to love and slowly feeling whole, trusting that the wounds of yesterday don't define what tomorrow will be. I'm finding hope in every step, healing back to love. The evening settles softly, the stars shine high above, and a quiet promise lingers. I'm healing back to love. I'm healing back to love. Spent some time chasing shadows down roads that led too far, searching for pieces of meaning beneath unfamiliar stars, trying to fit into pictures that never felt quite right, losing sight of who I was in the noise and the light. But somewhere beneath the silence, a steady voice remained. I'm finding myself again, one gentle step at a time, finding myself again, like a forgotten melody and rhyme, letting go of expectations that never belonged to me, and rediscovering the person I was always meant to be. The mirror tells an honest story of lessons learned along the way. Not every road was easy, but each one shaped today. The weight of constant striving is slowly slipping from my hands, making room for simple joys and things I understand. Sometimes the heart remembers what the mind has left behind. I'm finding myself again in the quiet moments alone, finding myself again, returning to what feels like home, no longer searching everywhere for something I couldn't see. The answers were waiting patiently inside of me. There's wisdom in accepting both the valleys and the heights, and honoring every chapter that carried me through the nights. And though the path was winding, I'm grateful for where it's been, because every turn was leading me to myself again. I'm finding myself again with every sunrise I greet, finding myself again with every lesson I keep, trusting the person I'm becoming and the strength that's always been. Life feels a little clearer now, finding myself again. The evening settles softly, the stars begin to spin, and peace arrives so quietly, finding myself again. Finding myself again. Yeah. Finding my way home. I've traveled through uncertain seasons, down roads I didn't understand, following distant expectations, like shifting footprints in the sand, searching for answers in the silence, looking for somewhere to belong, never realizing all the while home was with me all along. Every detour, every lesson led me closer to the truth. I'm finding my way home, back to the heart I know, finding my way home, where peace begins to grow, leaving behind the endless chasing. gentle wisdom written softly on my soul, teaching me that being whole was never a distant goal. The things I thought I needed to finally feel complete were waiting in the quiet spaces beneath my own 2 feet. Sometimes the road ahead appears when we stop running from ourselves. I'm finding my way home with every breath I take, finding my way home with every choice I make, no longer searching far away for what I've always known. I'm finding my way home and learning to trust the road. Another step toward home. I'm finding my way home with the lighter heart and mind, finding my way home, leaving old fears behind, trusting the journey that shaped me and the wisdom I have grown, because every road has led me here. Stars illuminate the unknown, and a quiet feeling fills the darkness. I'm finding my way home. I spent so many years believing I had to look beyond my door, searching for what I was missing, always wanting something more, measuring my worth in mirrors and the voices passing by, never seeing all the beauty living quietly inside. And something changed within me, a gentle shift in view. I'm falling in love with myself a little more each day, falling in love with myself in an honest, patient way, learning to appreciate the person I've become, finding joy in who I am instead of who I'm not. The flaws I used to criticize no longer seem the same. The chapters in a story, not reasons for shame. The dreams I've carried carefully, the strength I've gained through time, are pieces of a life that's growing, one moment at a time. The heart becomes much lighter when acceptance takes its place. I'm falling in love with myself and all that I can be, falling in love with myself and feeling beautifully free, no longer chasing perfection. begins. I'm falling in love with myself, with every lesson learned. Falling in love with myself, with every page I turn. Grateful for the journey and the wisdom it has brought, because the person I've been searching for was here all along. The evening settles softly, the stars shine peacefully above, and the sweetest feeling lingers. I'm falling in love with myself. For a while I chased the echoes of expectations in the air, trying to become somebody who was never really there. I wandered through 1,000 answers, looking everywhere but here, until the quiet voice within me began to reappear. The farther I traveled away, the more I longed for home. I'm coming back to myself, back to the heart I know so well. Coming back to myself, where peace and honesty dwell. Letting go of who I thought I was supposed to be, and finding comfort once again in simply being me. The mirror shows a familiar face, yet something feels brand new. Not because the world has changed, but because my vision grew. The weight of constant striving is slowly fading from my hands, making room for quiet gratitude and things I understand. Some journeys lead us forward by bringing us back within. I'm coming back to myself, to the dreams I left behind. Back to myself, with a clearer heart and mind. No longer searching endlessly for somewhere else to be. The life I've been looking for was waiting here for me. Oh, there's freedom in self-acceptance, a grace in letting go of every borrowed definition I no longer need to hold. And though the road was winding, I'm thankful for where it led, to a place of deeper understanding and a quieter path ahead. I'm coming back to myself with every step I take. Coming back to myself with every choice I make. Trusting who I am becoming and who I've always been. Finding my way home at last, again and again. The evening settles softly, the stars begin to shine, and for the first time in a long while, I feel completely mine. lost my direction, following roads I didn't choose, trying to hold together pieces while slowly losing my truth. I listened to every distant echo except the one inside, until a quiet strength awakened and became my guide. Beneath the doubt and restless nights, a spark was still alive. I'm back to my life, back to where my spirit shines, back to my life, leaving heavy shadows behind. With every step I'm taking, I can finally see the brightest part of the journey was waiting inside me. The mirror shows the same reflection, but my eyes can see much more. Not the things I thought were missing, but the strength I had before. The weight of constant proving no longer fills my mind. I'm learning that true freedom begins with being kind. The heart remembers pathways, the soul remembers home. I'm back to my life, back to trusting what I know, back to my life, allowing myself to grow. No longer chasing answers in places far away. I'm finding peace within myself, a little more each day. The storms were not my ending, they taught me how to rise. In every challenge carry wisdom, hidden in disguise. Now gratitude is guiding me where fear once used to be. In hope is pain and brighter colors cross my destiny. I'm back to my light with a grateful heart and soul. Back to my light, feeling centered, feeling whole, trusting every chapter and every lesson life provides. Because the road that brought me here led me back to my life. The evening settles softly, the stars illuminate the night, and a peaceful voice keeps whispering, I'm back to my light. I'm back to my light. Yeah. I spent years looking outward for something to make me whole, searching through distant places for answers to soothe my soul, running after expectations, trying to be enough, never realizing I was missing a different kind of love. Then the silence started teaching what the noise could never say. It's a new kind of love, gentle as a morning light. A new kind of love, helping me see my life, not built on validation or the fear of being alone. It's a new kind of love that begins within my own heart. point of view, learning that imperfections can be beautiful too. The weight of constant striving no longer leads the way. I'm finding peace in simple moments and gratitude each day. The more I learn acceptance, the more my spirit grows. It's a new kind of love, patient as a river's flow. A new kind of love, teaching me what I need to know. Not demanding perfection, not asking me to pretend. It's a new kind of love that feels like coming home again. There is freedom in compassion, a strength in letting go of every harsh opinion I no longer need to hold. And somewhere in that kindness, a brighter path appears, one built from understanding instead of doubts and fears. It's a new kind of love, growing stronger every day. A new kind of love, lighting up a different way. Trusting who I am becoming, and all I've journeyed through. The greatest love I've ever found was waiting here in view. The evening settles softly, the stars illuminate above, and my heart keeps whispering gently. It's a new kind of love. It's a new kind of love. My heart belongs to me. For too long I searched for answers in places far from where I stood, looking for validation to tell me I was good. I gave away my power, trying to be what others see, until I heard a quiet voice say, come back and trust your own story. The strength I needed wasn't missing, it was waiting patiently. My heart belongs to me, and that's where it should be. My heart belongs to me, wild, hopeful and free, no longer asking permission to live authentically. I finally learned the value of a heart that belongs to me. The mirror shows familiar features, but a different point of view. I see resilience in the journey, and wisdom shining through. The doubts that wants to find me no longer hold the key. I'm learning how to honor everything that makes me me. Self-respect grows quietly like roots beneath the tree. My heart belongs to me, not to fear or yesterday. My heart belongs to me, and I'm choosing my own way. With every step protecting a heart that belongs to me. There's a difference between loneliness and standing on your own. One comes from feeling disconnected, the other feels like home. And I've discovered peace exists beyond the need to please, in the freedom of embracing who I am meant to be. My heart belongs to me. With every lesson life has shown, my heart belongs to me. And I've never felt more whole, trusting my own journey and everything I've come to see. The greatest gift I've ever given is a heart that belongs to me. The evening settles softly, the stars shine endlessly, and the quiet